Hi everyone. Once again, my name is Sheyi Omotunde, and if you have been a member of this community, you know my name already. If you are new to this community, welcome. So what I do basically is to simplify how network marketers generally, not only NeoLife, because these are the skills that you can deploy in any business, in any organization that you are working with. So what I do is to simplify the way people can operate their business digitally online. But the focus of this training is going to be how to become a new life director in 6 months. In 6 months, okay. New life director is not something that you just wake up and say, oh, someone will ask you, what do you want to do next month? I'll be saying I'll become a director next month. It doesn't just happen like that. It's a kind of things that you have to plan it. If you don't plan it, even if you use your money, you will fall, you will not be able to maintain it. So I'm going to be doing all this based on my experience. Yeah, I'm going to be sharing based on my experience and what is realistic. Yes, so that's why I have 6 months. So, and these 6 months that I'm talking about, I'm not talking about director in 6 months fast track. No. So this, I will assume in this training that maybe you have been a senior manager, maybe you have even mixed the compensation plans. Okay, incentive compensation plan is actually director and 6 month director, director fast tracks. I mean, it's actually incentive compensation plan. So maybe you have mixed that and you are now back to the original compensation plan, which is not with 4,000, but with actually with 10,000, but you can accumulate that all together in 6 months. So that's what, whatever I'm going to do right now is going to be. Maybe your business have gone to a certain level before, and it also felt like people that are close to me, I used to tell them that I was on the wilderness experience in this business for like 2 years. So all I just do during this time is I will just go to warehouse, renew my ID and go back home and continue with my research. That's what I do. So basically most time, uh, waiting waiting is not the time that you are, that's my waiting period. It's not the time that you will be idle. Those are the times that I was doing research. Those are the times that I'm doing things that are working for me right now. So which I'm now sharing experience. And during those times, I remember I used to go online searching for how to do live digitally online. I couldn't find any resources. That's basically, there's no resources basically online. I couldn't. And even up to this time, I'm not sure there's any resource that's actually like this, despite the fact that our company has actually adopted tech. Yes, entire new life system now is powered by tech. Yes, powered by tech, everything. So you can be in Nigeria, also put on in Canada, registered in Canada, in US, anywhere around the world that we have New Life. And now Shop New Life, the last time I checked, we have over 20, so over almost 21, if not more than 21 by now, because I found that last month they've already incorporated the Benin Republic. So Benin Republic can now sign it directly, can now register directly online, but they still don't have product. They cannot buy product online as at this time. So that being said, I know your struggle. I know what you have been through. I've been part of this. I was a senior manager for like 2 years before I implement this same strategy. And those 2 years, I wasn't doing the business online, but I know there's a way of doing it online. Yeah. So that's things that I'm going to be sharing in this. So this is it. So this again, if you don't follow the instruction, if you don't implement it, nothing will happen. Like I said, being a director, either in your life or any business you are, or in any organization you are, because I know there's some people that also watch from this channel that are not a New Life member. Two, irrespective of every company that you are affiliated with, you have to put the work. And I'm going to explain all the kind of things that I do, the kind of work that I put in that makes me, by the time I say, now I want to start doing this. And at a time, all those 2 years I'm talking about, I just go to the company renew. That doesn't mean people are not calling for products. So what did I do? I just call people that are actively doing the business, and I was dashing people points. Some of which people that still call me up to now that, bros, they call us again. I say, I'm back to the business full time. Because at the time, during that time, I found out that doing hundreds become nothing for me online. So, but I usually call people, go and pick this product, use your ID, just go, right? I was using that to build customer base, right? At the point, 250 become normal online, 500 become normal online, 1,000 become normal online, right? So I know what you're going through, but I'm here to share my experience. So this is how we go. So this is not something that you just, like I said before, you just assume that, oh, I want to become a director next month. No, it's not just like that. It doesn't work like that. You can say it, everybody can confess it, but you need to put the work. And the work has to follow what I call smart goal. Maybe you have been hearing about smart goal. I'm talking about practical smart goal now. I'm not talking about maybe a motivational speaker just to you have to be specific, you have to be measured, you have to be whatever it is. No, I'm talking about real life practical experience right now. So what is specific, which is as for us in this time that we want to become a director. You that I'm talking to you right now, you want to become a director, and you have to tell yourself that you want to become a director. Measurement, you have to have a measurement parameter, which you are going to see along the line in the slide as I explain everything, what you have to do in the next 6 months. In fact, I stop at the 5th month because at that 5th month, if you implement everything just the way I did, you should be able to achieve this, because that's what I did. So, like, I remember last year, August, September, October, November, I was just moving. But people will just think that you fall from somewhere. No, it doesn't just happen. There have been a lot of background process. There are some things that I'm doing currently now that the result to be in the next 1 year. There are some things that I'm doing currently right now that the result to be in the next 2 years that I'm doing right now. So you have to put a lot of things. So, and even if you don't have anybody in your team now, this that I'm going to teach you, assume that you don't have anybody in your team, because by the time I pick up, it's more or less I don't have anybody. So I started from ground zero again. Yes, I'm telling you right now, just in case you don't know. I think I'm still going to do a kind of full-time experience when the time comes. Not now, yes, when we get to that time, but not right now. But I just felt that this is going to help somebody. Maybe you are thinking of your tired of this business or whatever it is. This is going to help, especially for the fact that I always say something that I pray that anybody that coming online to search for things online, I pray that they see what they are looking for. And that's what I'm dropping all this kind of it. Because when I was looking for this stuff like this in those times, I couldn't get anyone. And it's painful, really. So that's why I take this upon myself. Nobody's doing this. And again, I am not NeoLife staff, and I'm not NeoLife customer services. If you have any issue, if you have anything that to do with NeoLife, go to shopneolife.com, shopneolife.com, Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. You'll be able to chat with NeoLife representative. Please don't be asking me some NeoLife customer care stuff. All right. So, like I said, you have to be specific. Let me go back to that. Specific, which is director. Measure how you see things that we're going to be measuring. Achievable, yes. So to me, if you said you want to become director next one in 2 months, yes, it's achievable, but it might not be sustainable. So if it's not sustainable, as far as I'm concerned, it's not achievable, because NeoLife deal with consistency, not I do it now, I cannot do it again. When I did it, I repeated it 4 times consecutively. Yes, 4 times consecutively, I repeated it, and NeoLife paid me for it. Right, I'm already working on strategy, on some other stuff right now. Yeah, so these are, we do it. So that's what I mean. So realistic, yes, 6 months is realistic. 3 months might not be realistic. 2 months might not be realistic. Even if you force it, you might not be able to sustain it. Time band, we have the time, we have the duration, 6 months. But at the end of this slide, you find out that we achieve whatever I want to achieve in 5 months. Okay, so we'll move on. So in your first month, I call that launch. So again, this assume that you don't even have anybody on your team, and you have to go all out for it. It's going to require your time. It's going to require your skills. It's going to require your finance. Yes, your time, your skills, your finance, right? And when I talk about your finance, I'm not talking about using your money to buy the products. Yes, I'm not talking about using your money, but it's going to require your skills, your resources, your time, and your finance. So in the first month, what did I do? So that's the same thing I'm sharing right now, right? In the first month, what did I do? Make sure that in your first month, you are able to sign up 10 people. Yes, so did I sign up 10 people in my first month? No, I signed up 9 people. But what if I didn't put number to it? These are the things that I can go to my back end and show you. What if I didn't put number to it? So you can't just say, oh, I want to sign up people. How many? How many people do you want to sign up? And these same people, this presentation assume that these same people, they are freshly new to the business. So because they are freshly new, to the business. So all they do is the least package, which is 300 package, 34. So if you multiply 34 times 10 in that your first month, okay, in that your first month, that will be 340. Okay, so this one that you have 8 months is actually it's actually an error. Let me quickly correct that. That should be in a month. That okay, 8 times monthly. That's correct. So 2 times weekly, right? 2 times weekly, that's 8 times monthly. So I can still move on. That's correct, right? So another thing again is, so once you are able to sign up people, so how do you sign up? Because we'll be able to specify that I want to sign up 10 people. How? You'll be doing webinar. So webinar can be Zoom, can be any online event, can be physical events. If you have a place that you can invite people to talk to them, you can do that. Just make sure that you are putting into work. So this is what I do. I started organizing webinar on a Zoom at least 2 times in a week, basically Tuesday and Thursday, at least 2 times in a week. So I have some other days. So if I'm going to have on Tuesday, I will start running Facebook ad like Sunday. So putting them on the WhatsApp, telling them that so time, 8 p.m. on Tuesdays, right? So when you have them on the WhatsApp, you can follow up on some things, because a lot of people still don't open their emails, and I want them to know the time for the training. So before that Tuesday, from Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, you will have more than 20 people minimum, and you don't need all of them. So I always have it in mind that even if I have just 2 from one, I've break even. Just 2. So if you do 2 from each and 8, so like that. So just imagine that. So 10. So you can have more than that. So because results are not typical. So 10 in every month. So in this first month, you have 340. Remember, webinar, it could be physical event, it could be offline events. Just make sure that you talk to people, right? 2, but I actually did webinar. 2, and if you want to know how to do that, the video that I did yesterday, I did it from creating the WhatsApp group, from running the Facebook ad, I did all that. So if you have watched that yesterday video that I did, how to invite people to your WhatsApp group and run a Facebook ad for it, you will understand this better. So those are things that I used to do, and I still do that, right? What I'm planning now is even physical events, not even online right now, okay? The way the business is going to, so I need to start doing some physical events, right? Instagram, so you do that on Instagram and Facebook ads. So you never know that you need to do Instagram and Facebook ads. Remember I said you need to put your money, your time, your resources. It's going to take you time to design creatives, even if you don't know how to do one. It's going to take your money to run Facebook at least minimum of 5,000 naira for each of these. Sometimes you might even get more than that, but you cannot spend 10,000. That's it. That's part of what is going to require you. So after you do that, you know, this is recruitment. Then personally, you give yourself that you want to do 1,000 PV. That's the same thing I also give myself. So how do you do that? Because I've been building some customer base, 1, 2, 3, then I've still run Facebook ad. And for this, you run Facebook ad at least 1 week in a month. 1 week in a month. So the remaining, you can run a consideration ads. Consideration ads is like ads that click to WhatsApp. So people ask, some people say, oh, I'll buy tomorrow, I'll call you next tomorrow. Consideration. So you started building customer like that. Started building customer. So, and that is how I started seeing people, one single individual, one person started buying product up to 160. I've asked someone that bought product up to 215,000, one person, like about over 300 points in one sales, right? That's how we begin to have stuff like that. If you have watched some of my past video, like I think the 2 before this one, you will see I'll show you my Google spreadsheets of my daily sales and all that. So you plan. So this will not just come by, I want to make 1,000 points. You are going to run paid ads. You are going to make sure that you optimize your Google My Business. You are going to make sure that you post video on YouTube, on Instagram, and follow up on WhatsApp. You are going to make sure that you treat the customer fine, like courtesy, greet them. When people come in that, oh yeah, I saw this on Facebook, before you say the price is this, the price is that, introduce yourself. Tell them, courtesy, demand that you introduce yourself. I've done all those in some of my previous videos, so you might need to check that. So that is not what we are here for right now. So personal. So does that mean that my first month I did 1,000? No, I didn't do 1,000, but my first month I remember I did about 800 or something, yes, something like that, thereabouts, right? But subsequent month, I even started doing more than even 1,000. That actually closed the gap of whatever it is. So make sure that you want to remember measurement. We are putting number to everything. If you don't put anything, you don't put number for, you are just deceiving yourself. So at the end of that first month, you'll be able to sign up 10 people, 340 points. Okay. Personal PV 1,000. So at that month, you have 1,340. Don't beat yourself. You've done so well. Yes, don't beat yourself. Consistency is the key. Remember, this is the journey of 6 months, not the journey of next month. So you might be thinking that, oh, I want to do it next month. You will just, especially if you don't have finance to do this, to do that. As a matter of fact, I don't advise my team or anybody. So I used to say that even if you have your money, the highest I allow anybody to do is to do senior manager in the first month. The highest. And it's our reason because of experience. Because you need to build a solid background business. If you don't build it, you will quit. Yes, you'll be overwhelmed. And I don't want to recruit someone that will register this and in less than 6 months, the person get tired. No. But when people start the business, so what is going to be your assignment in this first month? Don't pressurize any one of these 10 people. I'm just telling you my experience, what I did. Don't pressurize any one of them that, oh yeah, you're going to do 100, you're going to do 250, you're going to do 500 after you have registered, you're going to do this. Because NeoLife, network marketing, any business you are doing, even our regular business, I started web hosting 2012. Those are the things that are paying me money right now. Yes, software.co.ag. This is not the only business that I do. Right? So don't pressurize anybody. So your job, because it's the family of people that are going to last you, that people that are going to be with you for a long time. So your job in that first month is training to start to duplicate yourself, and I've been able to do that. And I'm happy when I see those. It's hard because if you are not patient, you'll not be able to do this. Right? If you're not patient, patient is by force. Yes, it's a long-term thing. It's not an immediate stuff. Patient is by 6 months. Patient is by force. So in that first month, what you are going to do is you are going to be training these people how you do your business. So how do you do your business? So as every one of them are registering, I'm talking about some of you that have been doing online. If you do offline, do offline. Teach them offline, teach them online. Yes, but I'm just telling you what I do. I'm not saying you should not do offline. Please get me right. Do things that work for you, but I'm just sharing my own experience, right? And there's no one road to the market. Before some people will started misquoting what I'm saying, right? It's very, very important. But what I usually tell people is that there are more people online. I have videos like proprietary video over 3,600. How do I want to talk to 3,600 people? And those are the things that are bringing sales. What if I didn't put it there? That's the question I usually ask myself. Just before I started this, somebody just sent me a message from Abuja. And delivery, I have a logistic company that deliver in Abuja. And delivery, you just go to the Bazan Plaza warehouse, pick up tomorrow morning and deliver. It's from now. I saw your number on net. And that's the way it is. So your first month is train those people. It's your responsibility. Do kit orientation for them, right? So it simply means you must be ready. If you personally are not ready, because once you become a director, becoming a director is not for lazy people, because once you become a director, you have responsibility. So you have to be ready before you even become it. So you train them. So what are the things I do? So I'm just telling you what I do. And that is not the yardstick, right? So don't take it as yardstick. If there's any other thing that you do that will help you, if you have an office, if you have your offline office that can help you with some offline things, whatever it is, do. If you want to distribute and do. I'm just telling you what I do and what's work for me. And because it's work for me, that doesn't mean that it's work for you, especially if you don't have some certain skills. For example, if you don't have digital skills, simply means it might take you longer time to learn first so that you can implement, right? So what did I do? I first of all, immediately register. I set up Google My Business for them and tell them and make one post, tell them how they are going to post and optimize their Google My Business. So they've learned that, they started posting that. After that, I taught them how to set up the blog. They set up their blog so that they started building blog content for the product so that when people see online, they can reach out to them. They set up the Facebook page, set up the Instagram page, link both Facebook and Instagram together, connect to Facebook Business Suite. All the video, everything is on this channel. 7 days digital skill free. I actually did that paid January, but I just feel like, let me leave this thing out free for everybody. Let everybody enjoy it. You have to love people in this business. Let everybody enjoy it. Because you know why? I know it's not everybody that will take action, but may the people that take action win. Yes, because I believe the best revenge is massive success for everybody, irrespective. You don't have to be in my team. You don't. Yeah, you don't have to be. Right? So I've mentioned Google My Business, Facebook, Instagram, link it together, Facebook Business Suite, set up their YouTube and blog, 6 things. So I teach them to be doing this. Then from that, you introduce them to start running at least 1 week in a month. In a month, most of them make sales in the first month. For those one that doesn't make sales in the first month, don't worry. Don't worry. They will make sales. They make sales in the first month. You started duplicating yourself. Do you know what happened? By the time these people have done all these things, see, whatever that goes on internet stays on the internet. Even when they say they want to leave, I'm just saying, nobody have ever said, I'm just saying, they cannot leave. You know why? Because they have invested their time, their resources, their finance. Those things that they have done, Facebook, Google My Business, Instagram, YouTube, blog, people will always call them back. And when people call you that I need this, but they cannot tell you don't want money. So you give people responsibility. You don't spoon feed them. Right? That is the first month. And that is your job. So by that first month, they've learned that you take them through compensation plan. They know that, oh, they need to start thinking of how to become a manager, not director. How to become a manager. So they started thinking of their 250, right? That's the easiest way to become a manager. Right? So let's move on. So you see the deal of what we are going to do in the first month, which I call launch. You understand that? The measurement, the tax that is responsible, that you are going to take, things that you need to put into, the work that you need to put into this. So that is first month. And that first month, you are actually a QSM, right? Because you did 1,000, right? And you have a 10 team, you remember I said, I assume that you don't have anybody. You are your own. You are the only one. So the second month, I call it momentum. So this is the month that will be gathering a momentum. So you repeat the same step. That's the same thing I do up to today. You repeat the same step. In the month of January, I remember that I didn't even have any seminar. And I was shocked that I registered 5 people. They literally come to my WhatsApp and say, oh, I saw this thing, I saw your video, I saw this. I was like, come on. In the next 1 year, I will not literally talk anything and people will be registering. The same business that me and you are doing. Because I started seeing it. Right? So let's move on. Okay? So you can see here now, you started pushing content. There are people that come in and say, oh, I've been watching your video for the last 6 months. Now I'm ready to register. What if I didn't do? What if you didn't show up? You need to show up. And the way you show up could be physical seminar, sharing and be, just make sure you are visible. I'm just telling you my own process, right? And it's not the yardstick. Take it like that. So the second month, you repeat the same thing, right? Remember Instagram, you do your 1,000. So in that second month, when you do your training well, you remember I told you that after the training, you started telling them, some people, out of the 10 people in the first month, on average, this is what happened to me, right? On average, you have minimum of 3 or 5 of them. So I don't want to say the maximum, minimum of 3 of them that will take the step of manager. Some will sell product to up to 150 because they've known that they are going to sell it because of the process they are doing. They know they are going to sell it. They will buy the product willingly with their own money. I have some people that did like 150 their first month, their second month, yes, 150 online sales online, 150 points, and decided to buy 100 joy because they know they will sell it. So you have at least 3 of them that are confident because a lot of them are still infants. They're confident enough that we are going to do this. And they see that even you as a leader, you are not stopping. They are seeing you everywhere. They are seeing you on your Instagram. They're following your Instagram. And in the first month, I'll tell them that they should follow me on my Instagram to see what kind of thing that I post. I monitor what they are posting to. So you are going to monitor what they are posting. Say, oh, I see what you did there. Oh, you should have done it like this. They should also follow NeoLife Africa to see the kind of content that is coming out on NeoLife Africa, both on YouTube and on Instagram, most especially. Right? So you have at least 3 of them. Do you know what that means? So you have signed up again, 240, your personal 1,000, right? Manager, 3 of them, that's 750. So we are using minimum. Most time, this will not be exactly 250, right? It's not going to be exactly, we're having 256, 300, but it will not. But let's just use the minimum, right? So remember, realistic. We are working with what is realistic. We don't want to just exaggerate anything, right? So when you add all this together, you have 2,090. Remember, if you don't put the work, what are the work? Facebook, Instagram, train them, ads, 1 week in a month, it will not happen. Yes, that's the frankly speaking, it will not happen. So if you are not going to do this, you might not have it. You have to put in the work that is required. This is things that I did. As an executive manager, I earned 192. Bonus, not sales. So remember, commission on product are more than the bonus. As a beginner, commission on products are more than the bonus. Because I said variety of products, not only training. Pro Vitality, Phyto Defense, Botanica, those are my focus. Right? So do you see that? So in your second month, you will have 20 team members. You see why you have to. So if by now is your upline that still spoofing you on everything to do, they are still calling you that go and do this, go and do that. It simply means you are not ready for what you are listening to. You need to put yourself together first. You need to put yourself together. Like I put myself together. I remind myself of things that I said I want to do in the next 5 years. I remind myself that every day. Even when it seems like it's not coming, I still keep on doing the work. I know that everything that I'm digging, all the wells that I'm digging right now, I've dug so many wells. I know all of them will germinate. Yes. Even when it looks like, no, you do it. So you know that if you are not put yourself together, because it's a responsibility. Part of the things that I'm putting together is that I know that some time is coming that will not be chance to do all these that I'm doing right now. That's what I'm documenting my process. Everybody are enjoying it. I'm documenting so that by the time you have that bigger team that cannot go to the 3rd generation, 6th generation, they'll ask you a question, you just be sending them link. They take responsibility because you have documentation for everything. Try to document your journey. It will help you when you get to the top. You are not El Shaddai. Just imagine 200 people want you to run ad for them. You will die. So they need to know how to do it, right? So at the second month, you become an executive manager because your point is 2,000. Yes, 2,090 with this, with 20 team member. You see that? Let's move on. The 3rd month, I call it flights, right? I call it flights. Okay, so your 3rd month, you repeat the same process. Okay, 8 webinar monthly, 2 webinar weekly, right? Do you see that? If you can double your own, you can do 3, you can do 5. I'm just telling you what I did because I always put some space for the hour so that people will have been on the WhatsApp. Like, who do I want to do the presentation for on Zoom? And if you check this channel, you see my presentation. My presentation is here. The way I do my presentation, create your own. Tell your own story. Your own story is different from my story. You have to tell your own story, right? So in your 3rd month, I call it flights. You repeat the same thing. Facebook, Instagram, I'm not going to repeat that. Your 1,000. At this time, some people from your 1st month, we see that their counterpart that they sign up the same time, they become manager their 2nd month. Some of them will say, myself, I want to become manager this time. So you have people from the 1st month and 2nd month that want to become a manager because you celebrate everybody in your WhatsApp group. You have a WhatsApp group for all of them. I have a WhatsApp group for 5%. You see them, some of them, you say, it's not too late for you too. Yes, nobody is outshining anybody. So in that your 3rd month, there's possibility that this is happened in my first month, in my third month, I have more than 5 managers because I have from the people in the first month and people in the second month. So you are going to have minimum. So we are working with the minimum in this session. That is, see, your first month determines a lot of things. If you don't train the people in your first month well, it will affect everything. Remember what I said there? In case you didn't remember, you can rewind it. It's a video. Go and listen again. Right? So you have 5 managers. So 5 managers here. So your regular 240, personal points, the 5 manager 1,250. So we are still making on the minimum of 250, right? Most, we are removing all the variables. From the first month too, that second month too, people from that first month, a lot of them, some of them will do 70, some of them will do 80, some of them will do 100, but we are not counting all those variables. We are not counting it, but you have it. Yes, I have some that do 80, 84, 30, 65, 50 something. No, some of them will just buy camera like that. You have them, but we are not counting all those variables right now. So we are doing other things that are really bucket, things that we can actually point out, right? So but you see, have all those things. So at the end of your third month, you will have 30 people in your team member, still executive manager, but your earning will increase and you have 2,519. I hope you are following me. Yeah. In your fourth month, I call it growth. So in your fourth month, you still repeat the same process for 10 people. Your weekly webinar, don't stop. This is what I was doing back to back. August, September, October, November. Damn, it was crazy. That was last year. It was crazy. And I was shocked when the company called me in November that you are one of our top achievers for this one. Really? Yeah. I have stuff like that. Yeah. I have the pack and all those things, director benefit and all those stuff. I receive consistency bonus. It's sweet. I want you that are listening to receive the same thing. You have to be there. See, this business is sweet from that director because 25%. Damn. If you are selling variety of product as a director, I was not, the least that I had as a director was 222,000. Yeah, that was the least. Right? So let's move on. For some of you that have been watching my presentation, you'll have seen it somewhere, one way or the other. Yeah. For some of you that have been on this channel for like 6 months, you'll have seen it. If you get to the playlist, you will see different things. Just click on the playlist, right? And if you have not been talking, if you have not been commenting, if you have not been liking, right? I love you. And for some of you that have been sending me WhatsApp, that have been commenting me, I love you all too. For some of you that have been invisible, I love you everything too. If you have not been subscribed, I love you too. We are all in the journey of progress, right? Your first month, it's the growth month, right? You repeat the same thing. Your Facebook or Instagram, your weekly webinar, your 1,000. At this point, you will have been doing more than 1,000 if you implement. Because if you run a Facebook card weekly, at least once a week in a month, you will have been building like 3 to 5 customers. Even NeoLife said build 12 customers. You will have been at minimum. And most of these people are people that will doing the return purchase once in every 3 months. Yeah, I'm just telling you what happens to me. There are people that literally just come to my WhatsApp now and tell me that I need this, I need that. Yeah. They even send money before they see the products. Right? So in your fourth month, you 1,000. So you have minimum. You have some people that also make their manager the present month. They also want to do. They will come up to you. You tell them what to do. You have minimum of 3 managers. And from your second and third month, you will see people because you are training them. So apart from the regular training, I still do a whole team training on Zoom every Tuesday and Thursday. You need to decide which day is best for you, right? So you have people that want to do senior managers. So you have at least 3 senior managers in your fourth month. And these people that become senior manager, they are going to be people from second month and third month. A first month, second month, not necessarily from the third month people. The third month people are the one that will be thinking of manager. Don't rush anybody. And don't use anybody to motivate another person that, oh, you see this one, why you do this? No. Tell them, what do they need to know? What do they want for you? Ask them questions. Where are they facing difficulty? Attend to them. That is your work to do. You build it. If you build them well, everybody is a collaborative work. Everybody is going to build the business. One of the things that I do, which I didn't say you should do, is I remember in those times, I found out that some people did around 200, 250, no, about 230. So I remember my second month that I was doing this, for everyone that did up to 200 plus that are not up to 250, I closed it for them for 250 because I was having sales. I was like, okay, instead of doing these sales for myself, I do it for them. But again, if you do less than 250, 200, there's nothing I can do. Nothing. So I did it. So you might decide not to do. I'm just telling you what I do because I want everybody. I was listening to Rico Brown at the time. He said, make sure that distributor earn in their first month, even if it is 1,000. So when I see someone that have done 220, 210, we must close it. We must close it. So that everybody happy. It's very important. It's very important. So you might not want to do that. I'm just telling you what I did, right? Yes, and it helps. Everybody have sense of belonging. But people that do 100, there's nothing I can do. 150, there's nothing I can do. But if you have done to 200 and above, come on. Come on, come on, come on. Right? Let everybody let everybody receive that. Like if it is 2.5, if it's whatever it is, not only you receiving 200K, they should receive something too, apart from the instant commission they are getting from the product. Right? So the fourth month, you have this 3,590. Right? So if you are working or you have other source of income like me, now I'm working and I'm still working. Yes, I work on projects, web development, web hosting. I'm a trainer. I do consultancy for marketing agency in Nigeria. I still have some international jobs that I do have on contract. I'm not staff. Like I work on Facebook projects. I'm not Facebook staff. Get that right? Yeah, it's because of some certification that I have. Right? So all those things. So I remember my first month I became a director. At the end of the month, I checked everything. It was 3,850. So it just remained like the first step. It remained about 150. I personally, I just bought one case of salmon oil because I know I will sell it, and that was exactly 150, and that's it. Yeah, but so that's what I said. Some people, because they have other sort of income, they might be able to close it. But if you don't bother, don't force it. If you don't force it. So that's why I didn't stop from here. But if this kind of thing happened to me now, come on, I'll close it because most time you don't just come across point like this every month. Yes. I want to make sure that every opportunity you kill it. So at your fourth month, you will have like 40 team members. Fifth month, maturity. You repeat the same thing, right? This is your director month. You repeat the same thing, right? The 1,000 at the fifth month, you have at least 5 managers because its accumulation is spillover from month 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have minimum of senior manager because some people that see that some other counterpart that take senior managers text in the previous month, they also started having their seminar. I remember someone that registered in October, Evis, in October, as at November, no, that should be September or August, I can't remember specifically. But I just know that before as at November, it's already have 5 people in his team too. That's how you build. That's how you build. Yes, with the same process. With the same process. That's how we build. Right? So you'll have had like 5. I'm just saying this based on my experience. You can have more than this. Yes, good luck. I'm just saying minimum. Remember, we are not counting those variables because you always have people that do less than 100, that do 70, that do 80. They're still part of the numbers, right? But we're not talking about those variables at this time. You have four senior managers, 5 managers, you have that, and that particular month, 5th month, where you have 50 people in your team. If you follow it well, remember you have the work to train them. And as you're training them, as they're having their own, we didn't even talking about them having their own this time around. As they're having their own, you will tell them what to do. In fact, most times you will help them to groom their own as part of them in their first month too. And in their second month too, because they are going to be a general group, they also going to have their own immediate team member groups. With general groups, you'll be having a general training, they are going to be following their own stuff too, right? At the end of this, your regular 240, your personal points, most times you will have been doing more than this. Yes, this is what happened. Then your manager, like 5 managers, your senior manager, and at this last month, yes, I actually stopped it. I didn't even make 6 months, but if you don't do it, you will see why I stop it. 4,590. Remember, director in 6 months, but that doesn't mean you must wait to 6 months. We are just working on things that are realistic. We are working on things that are realistic. So you see the total of the summary of everything that we have been doing from month 1 right now. Okay, this is actually the 6 months from month 1 right now. So I didn't remember to edit this, so ignore that. Your 4th month. So what will have happened by that time? The first month, the total of what you have is 1,340. Remember, the company will add it for you. It's accumulation. Second month, 2,000. Third month, 2,590. Fourth month, 3,590. By the time you add all these together, right? 5th month, 5,500. Remember, your last month that you want to close directly, you must do 4,000 that month. You cannot do 3,000. Oh. You cannot do 3,999. It must be 4,000. So take notes, right? I know if you follow this process, you are going to do more than 4,000. So if you add all this together, what you require is 10,000. But you have done, remember, we are not talking about fast track. Fast track to director is 4,000 in 6 months. But everybody might not be able to do that. So I'm talking specifically for people that have been in the business, that have mixed that fast track. Then if you want to learn about fast track, there's a video that I've done about fast track. It's also on this channel. You'll be able to see that. If you don't see that video, you can drop your comment on the comment section and I'm going to point you to it, right? So these are assume that you have missed that fast track to director. So you have 14,200. This is how easy to become a director. Director is not something that is just wake up and said, I want to become director in next month. It takes a whole lot of plan. You can see the way a lot of plan, dedication, time, skills, resource, finance, because you are going to be spending at least minimum of 10,000 to 20,000, 10,000, let's just say 10,000 minimum every month on Facebook. But you're going to get it back. As you said, you're having returns on your product that you're selling. You're having returns too. So it's going to cover it up. So this is it. I'll see you in the next video. My name is Sheyi today. The best revenge is massive success. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Enjoy your day. If you watch it during the day, awesome day to you. Good morning if you are working if you are watching this in the morning. If you are watching in the midnight, enjoy the midnight. Good night.